Hey guys, Brendan Snyder here. Thanks so much for joining me. So, where am I? I'm at the record store, right? Oh man, I found some great stuff today, and I thought it might be kind of fun to go through what it is that I found at the record store. So, essentially, scores from the record store live from the record store, right? How cool is that? So, I'm gonna get into that here in just a bit. We'll start it up. But before we do, if you're new to my channel and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please do. Helps my channel out, comments, all those sort of things. I really appreciate it. Plus, I just love the conversations that we can have back and forth about all this cool stuff. So let me dive right into this here. Of course, I'm at Sound Exchange in Wayne, New Jersey, Anthony Covielli's store. You guys see us filming all the time, the Sound Exchange sessions here, but I'm hanging out, and whenever I go, I'm always looking for new cool stuff. And so I've had for a very long time the Donnas, their album Bitchin', which is on Purple Feather, and it was an 80s throwback sounding album, and I loved that. But the rest of their stuff I never could get into until today. So surprisingly, I just popped some on, and in fact, it was this album here, and it spoke to me out of the blue. This album here sounds exactly like what I'm looking for, and I don't know why it never did before. But this album, which is called Gold Medal, I'll be picking up a used copy of that today. And from that one, I decided to check out the Donnas Turn 21, and the same thing happened. I couldn't believe it. This one here suddenly spoke to me. Out of all the stuff I've listened to, for whatever reason, none of it did. And yet these albums, these were the albums towards the end, but I really enjoyed these here. So this one's on Lookout Records, Donnas Turn 21. And then from that, I just went ahead and decided to grab some more stuff. So Spend the Night. But this one here is a deluxe edition reissue. It's got some non-album tracks, B-sides. In fact, there's 5 bonus things on here. So I'm getting that one as well. And this one is actually out of print, but they still had a copy of it. It is Greatest Hits Volume 16. And I found out the reason it's called that is not actually 15 versions of it out there, but it's actually the fact that they were turning 16, meaning the years of the band. So that was kind of a cool little tie in there. And it's got some live, it's got some re-recorded, it's got some new stuff that's on here. But it's not just a straight greatest hits, but I kind of figured I might end up really liking this based on the fact that they did some re-recording of it, meaning modernize it, bring it up. Because for me, it's really those first 2 albums I can't get into, but later stuff definitely starting to. So that was kind of a cool thing that all of a sudden sort of broke my cherry on the Donnas, and I'm going to get into this. It's one of Anthony's favorite bands, so finally being able to get into it's going to be fun and share that along with him. Now, you guys have seen I've been into Iggy and the Stooges by themselves, of course, all Iggy Pop, and so I'm picking up this one here called More Ass Baby. Crazy title, but it's actually one of the songs on here. So it's got original Jim demos from the Olympic Studios on here and Detroit rehearsals. So there are 5 songs from the Jim demos sessions, 8 tracks from Detroit rehearsals on here. That's why there's total 14 tracks on here. Okay, moving on. So new releases, cool stuff in here. You guys aren't familiar with Pinhead Gunpowder. This is featuring frontman from Green Day. We got Billy Joe on here doing his band, and then we've got Todd Michael Hall from Riot 5 doing solo album here. He's also been with Burning Star and done some other stuff, and I know he's on one of those like American Idol type shows. Can't remember which one, The Voice or something like that. Second solo album from him. Picking up House of Lords. This came out a week or so ago called Full Tilt Overdrive. We still have James Christian in the group, who's been there the whole time. We've got Mark Mangold on keyboards, which I'm really excited for because he added so much on the last album. I can't wait to check out this one. Sponge, remember these guys back from 1994? Rotting Pinata, Plowed, all those great songs that they did back then. Molly, 16 Candles. So they're doing cover songs from the year 1994 when their debut album came out, and I think we even get one of their songs redone on here. But all in all, you get some cool songs. No Excuses is on here, the Alice in Chains song. They actually do a Danzig song, which I would not have expected them doing, but they're doing that on here. Don't know which one it was. So songs on here, you get Supersonic is on here, Girls and Boys, I think that's the Blur song, was released as a single. Interstate Love Song is on here from Stone Temple Pilots. Bull in the Heather from Sonic Youth. Actually, a lot of cool songs. Can't Speak. That's the one from Danzig. It's the last one on here. So 10 songs covered by Sponge. I've been a huge fan of Sponge for a really long time. So getting that stuff for me is really cool. Certainly I'll take a brand new studio album anytime. But hey, in the meantime, to tide it over, I'll gladly take a covers album like that. MC5, heavy lifting, man. I think they said something like 55 years. I don't know the exact time frame since their last album, 70 or 71, so it might be 53. 53 years, can you believe that? We're finally getting a brand new MC5 album called Heavy Lifting. This here, all new studio album, and we got people like Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine guesting. We got Slash from Guns N' Roses, Vernon Reid on here from Living Colour, fleshing this out. So, of course, it's Wayne Kramer. We do have, I think, Dennis Thompson drummers on a couple tracks. All in all, yeah, it's really a Wayne Kramer solo album, but it is called the MC5. I'm definitely picking it up and checking it out. I'm super excited for it. And just know there is a 2 CD edition of this out there that has 10 live songs on it from their 50th anniversary tour that they did in 2021, I guess it would. No, it has to go back further than that, maybe 68. Trying to see if there's a date on the back. I'm not seeing a date real clear on the back of this, but all in all, yeah, it was their 50th anniversary tour, and we're getting 10 tracks from that on here. And then I'm picking up some vinyl. You guys have seen I've been getting a little bit more into that ever since I got my shelves up and running, and it's all easier access and everything like that. I can, get to it. So I've been pulling out a lot more vinyl, been listening to it a lot, which has been expanding my interest in it. And so I'm exploring things on vinyl that I can't get on CD, and that's basically how I operate with it. So I found this Record Store Day release from Iggy Pop, a live album from '88. Probably out at the time, just being reissued. But I saw that Andy McCoy is on guitar from Hanoi Rocks. It's super cool that he is on this thing here. So we got some yellow and green splatter, one-time pressing, so double LP version of this live album from '88. And it was just the set list on this that was really, really cool. Kill City, he does a version of that on here, which I absolutely love. That was the album he made with James Williamson, in between the Iggy and the Stooges era of the band. And then we just got other cool stuff on here from the 80s. So stuff that he doesn't play anymore, stuff that got dropped after the 80s, still here so I can listen to this. And this is when I really do enjoy live albums, when they have things like this that aren't the standard greatest hits packages that we get over and over and over from most artists when they go out and play live. And then this one here, Record Store Day exclusive reissue of the Iggy and the Stooges Raw Power album. But the reason I'm interested in this is we get both the original David Bowie mix and we get another LP of the Iggy Pop 1997 mix. So you get the 2 different versions of it on here. And I was so digging the last album that had the John Cale mixes on it, the debut, that I really want to hear it on vinyl with those original Bowie mixes. I have it on CD, but that vinyl sound was so good with the John Cale mixes that I'm hoping this is going to do the same thing for me that one did. We don't know, but I'm going to give it a shot, give it a chance. I really wish it was a standalone pressing with unique album art like they did for the John Cale mixes. I'm not seeing that, but all in all, this is cool. So there you go, man. So what did I get? I'm gonna get 2 LPs. I haven't even paid for this yet, but I am going home with it. And then I got 5 new release things that are dropping, as well as the 4 Donnas and the Iggy Pop CD. So I'm walking out with 10 CDs, 2 LPs. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty penny today, but it is what it is. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Scores from the Record Store, live from the Record Store, and doing it with me right as I'm getting ready to pay it, just as I found it. A lot of fun that way. Sort of like when I used to do the unboxings right from the mailbox, right as the stuff came in. This is the same sort of situation. So, all right, everyone, take care. Have a good one. And I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye, guys.